Time for Alamogordo Town News on Crazy Radio. I'm Anthony Lucero. When it comes to news here on KALH, weather always comes first. A Pacific storm is going to continue to bring low elevation rain and mountain snow to the Pacific Northwest into tomorrow. Thunderstorms are going to continue to bring heavy to excessive rainfall and the potential for flooding over South Texas through tomorrow as well. Closer to home, isolated showers and storms today, mainly from the Rio Grande Valley east. Windy to near critical fire weather conditions are going to return to the forecast tomorrow through Saturday. Above average temperatures persist into the weekend. Tree pollen remains moderate, while dust and dander are extreme, so you can expect issues with allergies, sinus pressure, and asthma today. We'll have another look at the weather following this news.
This is roadblock information for Thursday, 27 March. Roadblocks are subject to change without notice. Highway 54, Highway 70, Highway 380, Las Cruces Gate, El Paso Gate, and Nike Avenue will remain open for this period.
Reynosa Downs Racetrack and Casino is one step closer to getting the horses back on the track after being closed since last year. The track had to close for the first time due to flooding in the South Fork burn scar. As a result, race meets were moved from Reynosa to Albuquerque, but since then, crews have been working nearly non-stop to restore the track and adjust infrastructure to prevent future flooding. Rick Baugh is the general manager of Reynosa Downs Racetrack and Casino, and he told KRQE that the track has also installed culverts. That's going to help with potential flooding, and also built in an 8-acre retention basin in the infield.
They built an 8-acre retention basin in the infield. They're going to remove over 150,000 yards of material out of that retention basin. The retention basin is actually for the residents downstream, as well as the sewer treatment plant and the Highway 70 bridge.
The Downs expects to have horses back on the track by the end of April and reopen officially May 23rd. The Republican Party of Otero County invites all Republicans to join them for their monthly meeting, 6 p.m. at the 19th Hole Restaurant. New Mexico Representative John Block will be speaking. The progressives of Otero County have a series of protests going on, including this Saturday. Shara Atkinson speaking with Crazy Radio.
The progressives of Otero County are continuing our protests in tandem with the groups all across the nation to protest the state of our democracy under the current regime. We have protests every Saturday at noon at 10th and White Sands, and a sister protest at the same location on Monday afternoon from 3:30 to 5:30. And all you need to do is show up. We have extra signs. And with the recent news of deportations and classified information leaked to journalists by high administration officials, we need to intensify our protests and have our voices heard.
You can hear our conversation in full on our YouTube channel. If you have any questions, 575-442-1676. The Astro Vikings robotic team are having a few fundraisers to earn the over $50,000 needed for their Alamogordo teams to travel and compete. We spoke with Coach Dr. Sarah.
We have a 5K planned at Alamogordo High School track on the morning of Saturday, March 29th, starting at 8 o'clock in the morning. Planning a Filipino dinner coming up the first week of April. We do have where people can directly donate to us as well through a Stripe account.
How does someone get some information about how they can help and where they get all the information about all these fundraisers and so forth?
My best recommendation would be to send people to the Astro Vikings Facebook page, which they can just look up Astro Vikings on Facebook, and it's got a lot of the information there. You can also look on Instagram for the Astro Vikings, and the information should be on that page as well.
Hear that interview in full on the Crazy Radio YouTube channel. It's actually a lot of fun. We even talked to some of the kids. Keep Tularosa Beautiful has an event coming up. We spoke with Rusty Helton.
We're going to have our first cleanup this year, March 29th. Going to go from 8:30 to 10:30. Got all kinds of special prizes that have either been donated or purchased to give away to everybody that shows up from all the area merchants, including Ugly Pies, Alamars, the taco truck. I think it's going to be a good deal. The weather should be good. We're going to pick up a lot of trash and make Tularosa beautiful.
And what day is that going to be happening on?
It's going to be on Saturday, March 29th.
So that's coming up pretty quick. Where do people meet and what time?
We're going to meet at the Tularosa truck stop where the truck's parked there at 8:30. And you can pick up trash as long as you want to, but we're going to pack our bags up about 10:30.
For more information, send a DM through the Keep Tularosa Beautiful Facebook page. Community Power New Mexico will be opening a tool library in Alamogordo in the coming weeks. They're also going to offer programs focused on teaching the area's troubled youth a trade, which is a good alternative to the road on which they're traveling. We spoke with Evan Lambert.
We've got a program called Building Futures, and what we do with that is we have at-risk youth, and we teach them trades. Oftentimes it's mandated community service, but we teach them trades, right? And while we teach them trades, they're learning how to build things like signs for our public gardens that are free to harvest and volunteer run, or they're making shelving units for our tool libraries. And so we are going to have the county's first public tool library, materials bank, and workshop open on May 1st.
If you want to make a monetary or tool donation, well, today is Thursday. That means we get a Thursday thought from my good friend and yours, Lauren Noble.
Good morning, 95.1 listeners. This is Pastor Lauren with our Thursday thought. I usually try to laugh and have a good time in life, and this week was no exception. A few weeks ago, I went in for a stress test and an EKG on my heart, and I do not know where they got their numbers from. Perhaps the person before me and they never changed them. Anyway, they charted me in at 62 inches, yes, 5'2" and 245 pounds. This past Monday, just a few days ago, I went in to see the cardiologist, and when he came in the room, he said, I wasn't sure what to expect when I saw you. Apparently you had shrunk 8 inches and put on 25 pounds. Proverbs 17:22 reads, a cheerful heart is good medicine, but a crushed spirit dries up the bones. I had to just laugh about that. I cannot imagine what I would look like at 5'2" and 245 pounds, but there's no reason to get upset about the error and to, get bent out of shape, if you will, and I'm back to normal weight and height again on the medical charts anyway, and so I just had to laugh about it, but I see so many people in society today that just seem so bitter, and they walk around like they've been sucking up on lemons, and it's like, learn to smile and be happy. Let me say a prayer for us. Lord, do help us to be more joyful and to be more cheerful and to not get too bent out of shape, because mistakes do happen, and sometimes you can find the humor in them, and I'm very happy I'm not 5'2" and 245 pounds, but at least I found the humor in it instead of getting upset and taking it out on them or somebody else. And help us to be mindful of that, to just enjoy life a little more. Amen. Until we meet up again on the airwaves, blessings to you.
News from around the state in just a moment. This is Alamogordo Town News on Crazy Radio. I'm Anthony Lucero.
Local news from local perspectives, from local voices. AlamogordoTownNews.org. Local sports, local events, and local happenings and more. Nonprofit owned and operated by Second Life Media. We are Otero County. AlamogordoTownNews.org. Heard daily on Crazy KALH Radio 95.1.
Directory Plus is the right size book. It's the book if you need a phone book.
That's what just one person has to say about Directory Plus. With its red cover, features, colorful yellow pages, and lots more, it's no wonder people all over use Directory Plus.
It has so much more information. You can cross-check phone numbers or addresses or pretty much anything.
Look on the plus side, Directory Plus.
I'm a big fan of Directory Plus.
From basic to advanced computer repairs, it's GalacticGeeksPCRepair.com. Local business owned and operated by Greg Gutierrez, available for on-site work from 9 to 6 daily. Installations, upgrades, even virus repair. For information, email Greg at GalacticGeeksPCRepair.com. Google IT support, professionally certified.
Jose Mendoza Espinosa of Albuquerque, who murdered 35-year-old Sherlyn Marjorie in 2023, has earned himself a lengthy prison sentence over an affair that they had. Espinosa was sentenced on Tuesday to life in prison plus 12 years. The affair had been ongoing for years, but Marjorie threatened to tell his family about that affair. Marjorie went missing in 2023. Friends found Marjorie's car abandoned and then found Marjorie's body in a ditch. Marjorie was a transgender woman and a well-known drag performer. The FBI and Las Cruces Police Department are requesting for assistance from the public to locate Daniel Guerca for his alleged involvement in the robbery of a bank that happened in February in Cruces. Guerca entered the bank and demanded money from the teller. The teller handed over an undisclosed amount of cash. Guerca has been described as a Hispanic man, then billed, 6 feet tall, and around 185 pounds. The FBI is offering a reward up to $2,000 for information leading to the arrest and conviction. If you know anything about this robbery, please contact the FBI. Illegal immigrant advocates once again have called on the Torrance County Commission to end the contract with the county detention center and ICE. The county commissioners met yesterday morning. At the very top of the agenda, extending the contract with U.S. Immigration and Custom Enforcement, which houses illegal immigrants at the Torrance County Detention Center. Advocate Jared Weatherholtz with the Catholic Charities spoke during public comment.
Catholic Charities urges the county not to extend the ICE detention contract at the Torrance County Detention Facility. Our agency believes in honoring human dignity for all people, and we ask the commissioner to consider the lack of human dignity at the detention facility.
The jail has been plagued by reports of lawsuits over poor conditions, and no one spoke in favor of extending that contract. However, unswayed and mindful of all the jobs at stake, the commission unanimously passed a 7-month extension of that contract. The city of Santa Fe is creating a new position to help stop domestic violence before an even worse tragedy happens. The position is going to help provide resources to domestic violence victims.
Prior to this role, there was no one following up.
Layla Kelly, a consultant with the city of Santa Fe, speaking with KOAT.
She's going to do both a lethality assessment, which is an assessment that determines how dangerous the relationship is.
After the person is able to make contact with the victim, the person will then need to be able to work to get services or shelter for that victim. The city says they're also hoping for more funding to add another person to this department. Crystal Noble, the kennel manager for the Roswell Humane Society, told KOB that thieves are stealing donations, which means they can't sell them in their thrift store.
It's horrible. One, to steal from a nonprofit in general is just awful. But to be stealing from anybody, you didn't go out, you didn't work for it, it's not yours. Don't take it. Get a job.
A security camera caught multiple people stealing donations left at their doorstep. People have been leaving donations after hours, after Noble said they had to close their overnight donation box 3 years ago. But in the last 6 years, thefts have increased. That means they can't sell things like bedroom sets, washers and dryers, and other items that generate money that allow them to support the animals they're taking care of.
Financially, it affects us hard because donations are down because obviously, the economy is in a little bit of a shift right now. But our main source of income comes from the thrift shop.
Noble encourages people to keep donating and ask that you please schedule a drop-off time if you can't make it during business hours. Sports and weather are coming up next. This is Alamogordo Town News on Crazy Radio. I'm Anthony Lucero.
They are role models and educators. Their work requires a great deal of time and energy for very little pay. Who are these unsung heroes?
Thanks, Coach.
Thanks, Coach.
The simple truth about education-based athletics in New Mexico is this. Without a committed team of coaches and administrators, they just wouldn't be possible. School sports, they bring out the best in all of us. This message presented by the New Mexico Activities Association and the New Mexico Athletic Directors Association.
There are 36 games for New Mexico softball today, including Raton at Ruidoso, Tularosa at Farmington. Wow. Go, Lady Cats! And Hobbs comes to Alamogordo. Go, Lady Tigers! There are 44 games for New Mexico baseball today. That includes Mesilla Valley Christian at Ruidoso, Eunice at Chaparral, and Mescalero at Tularosa. Wow. Go, Wildcats! Your Crazy Radio spot-on weather forecast for the Tularosa Basin today calls for partly sunny skies with a 30% chance of showers and storms. New rainfall amounts are expected to be less than 1/10 of an inch. Mostly clear skies tonight, sunny tomorrow, patchy blowing dust in the afternoon hours, winds gusting up to 26 miles per hour. Your high today in the basin, 79, low tonight of 43, high tomorrow 82 degrees. In Cloudcroft, mostly cloudy skies today with a 50% chance of showers and storms. New rainfall amounts are expected to be less than 1/10 of an inch. Tonight, mostly clear skies. Sunny tomorrow, winds gusting up to 30 miles per hour. Your high today in Cloudcroft, 61, low tonight of 36. Wind chill is going to make it feel like it's 30. High tomorrow, 63 degrees. Local breaking news can be found on our website, alamogordotownnews.org. And learn more about Crazy Radio by visiting KALHradio.org. Also, check out the Crazy KALH Radio YouTube channel. That's where we post our daily newscasts, complete interviews, and other information which concerns everyone in the Tularosa Basin. Be sure to give this video a like and subscribe to our channel if you've not done so already. That way you too can remain informed of the goings-on in the Tularosa Basin. And that concludes today's edition of Alamogordo Town News on Crazy Radio. I'm Anthony Lucero.